that, which I don't like. So sometimes those firewall blockages exist for those purposes, to block your data mobile so you can go on the public Wi-Fi so motherfuckers can see what you're doing. Tap into your phone and shit, which is interesting. But yeah, because my shit was blocked at work. Sure was. And like I said, I never had an issue with my internet, my data mobile here until now. Yeah, I don't like the public Wi-Fi because it's unsecure and anybody can tap into your shit. So even if I have issues with my data mobile, which I rarely do, unless, you know, I still won't go on the public Wi-Fi. I just be like, fuck it. But anywho, hope everyone had a good day today. It is raining again in Southern California. Yes, it is raining again in Southern Cal. So I guess we're into the rainy season. It's a little chilly, but I like it. A lot of people are very upset about the weather. I ran across some coworkers who were just like, "Oh, I hate the rain. It's raining. I want the sun. The rain is depressing. The rain is depressing." And then here I am with my smiley face ass, like. So you know what, y'all? That made me realize something. It made me realize that rain is not depressing. I hear that story all the time. People always say that the weather greatly affects um, their mood, and I've often been told that the weather, the rainy season, and the cold weather and the darkness affects people in the Washington State area and the Oregon State area so much that they commit suicide. So I'm often told that the rainy weather and it being more dark than light in those states is what causes people to commit suicide. So in just hearing some of my coworkers say that the rainy weather today is depressing and that they wish that it would stop raining and they want the sun and all that stuff, that made me realize that the weather is not actually depressing. The person, it's themselves might be the one that's depressed, because in comparison, they're saying that the weather is depressing them, and then here my smiley face ass come like dee 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 dee. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, I love it's raining. Wow, it's raining. And then, I don't like the rain. It's depressing. No. So that just made me realize that the weather is not actually what makes people depressed. I think people are just depressed anyway. And I think that blaming the weather makes it easier to, I don't know, I guess placing the blame somewhere, right? So if you're miserable or you're depressed and it's rainy and it's not sunny, then it's easier to place the blame on the weather, right? Like I've had people, it's kind of like marijuana, right? So it's the same thing. People have different reactions to smoking weed, right? So some people smoke weed and they're very, very happy, right? They're very happy. What did Cat Williams say? The three things, right? You're happy, hungry, sleepy. Weed makes you happy, hungry, sleepy, right? And then you have some people who smoke weed and they say, oh, it made me so depressed. Oh, I was just so sad. It just really made me depressed, right? Getting high made me depressed. So you have the happy bunch and you have the sad bunch, right? But I always tell people, I said, marijuana don't do nothing but heighten whatever emotion you already in. So if you happy and you hit a blunt, a bowl or whatever you call it, it's just going to heighten, notice the word high is in there. It's going to heighten your happiness. You're going to be overly happy, very, very happy, euphoric happy, blissful happy. Okay? And you're going to get the munchies. If you are already sad, miserable, or depressed, and you smoke weed, it is going to heighten, again, notice I use the word high, it's going to heighten that emotion. You are going to be even more depressed. You are going to be even more sad. You just are. Because marijuana heightens whatever the emotion is that you're in. So, you know, but then you have the people that blame the weed, you know, oh, I'm not smoking it because it made me so sad and depressed. No, you was already sad and depressed. And weed just showed you more. It put it more in your face what emotion you was already in. It just, you know, it was just more in your face, okay? But you're not realizing that. You thinking it's the weed that's making you like that. So you're blaming the weed. It's the same thing with the weather. I've discovered that. It's the same thing with the rain and the dreariness of the sky. Don't blame the weather. You are already depressed or miserable about something, okay? Because here I am in the rain and the dreariness, smiling. I'm not depressed. I'm not miserable. I'm happy. I love the rain. I do. I enjoy the different changes of the weather. I do. So to hear some of my coworkers, you know, blame the weather for their emotions, you know, it's kind of sad. Don't blame Mother Nature. Mother Nature ain't did nothing to you. The rain is here to help things grow, you know, to fertilize the soil, and, you know, it's here to help. It's here to help. The rain is here to help. It's not here to hurt nobody, you know. So don't blame Mother Nature. Just, you know, see what's going on with you. But anyway, it was just a thought as I was, you know, coming inside. All of that ran through my mind. So I came on here. Well, I came on here anyway to do my daily live because I didn't do it earlier. So I came on here to do that. But what else did I want to talk about? Yeah, I came on here to just do my daily live. It was something I wanted to talk about in particular. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was so funny because this girl earlier was talking about knee boots and thigh boots and stuff. And it kind of upset me because I was like, you know what? All knee boots and thigh boots, they're not equal. They're not all equal. And I say that because, you know, there are some times when I have bought knee boots and I'm thinking that everything is okay, and you have a hard time zipping the side of it, right? Because your calf is thick, right? Or you have a hard time wearing thigh high boots because, you know, you got thick thighs, so it's hard to pull it up. So it's like you need everything got to be stretchy, even my jeans, right? I can't just buy regular jeans, y'all. Like regular jeans ain't gonna do it for me because regular, like if my calf not fitting, then my thigh not fitting. If my calf fit, my thigh might fit, but even then sometimes it don't fit with regular jeans, and don't even get to the butt region, you know. So any pants I wear got to be some kind of stretchy material because I just have thick legs. I actually took a picture the other day and put it on a community board. I said, you know, I'm just going to accept the fact, okay, that I just got thick thighs, you know, that they're not ever going to be skinty. Not that I want it to be skinty, you know. Some people look nice skinny and some people look nice thick, you know what I mean? And I don't think that I would look nice skinty. I just don't have that body type, you know what I mean? So not skinty, not too skinty, but anyway. So any jeans I get, they got to be stretchy material for my legs because I got thick thighs and I got thick calves. But anyway, I don't know. That just made me think of what the chick was talking about earlier. But yes, another rainy day in Southern California. I don't know what's going on in y'all neck of the woods. Let me see. But don't blame Mother Nature for your depression and your emotions and stuff, okay? That's not cool. I guess sun does rejuvenate you. I know sun can rejuvenate you, and the sun is a good thing, but we need the rain. Is it raining in y'all neck of the woods? Is it raining in y'all neck of the woods? My teeth are very white. Anyway. Hey y'all, I'm just coming on here doing my daily live. Did y'all see any of my previous videos? My latest videos when I was talking about some bus going on in the area that I live in. What else was I? I don't have much to talk about. I'm lying. Yes, I do. I have a lot to talk about. But I just, wait a minute, y'all. Oh my goodness, y'all. I ended up in somebody else's live. I don't even know how the hell in somebody else's live. I don't even know how the hell I did that. All I did was push a button. I was like, wait, who is this? Who the hell is this? And the person sitting there looking at me. You gotta be careful with technology and pushing these certain buttons because you don't know who room you're gonna end up in. I should go live with like another person for fun purposes. It dulls. What dulls anxiety? What dulls anxiety? Oh, sun? Sun dulls anxiety? Is that what you're talking about? Because I know you're not talking about the rain. Or maybe you are. I don't know. I'm talking about crack. Crack? No, we're talking about marijuana, okay? I don't know nothing about crack, cocaine. I don't know nothing about nothing but that. But okay. Don't ask me no questions about no other drugs because I couldn't tell you. I don't go those routes, okay? Ever. Because I love my life. I had one time my ex-mother-in-law had the nerve to ask me, because she was talking about, this is my ex-mother-in-law, okay? She was telling me about like certain drugs that she used or whatever, right? And she spoke particularly about cocaine. And she was just talking about different things or whatever. And I'm just listening to her. I'm just sitting there listening to her. My eyes probably was big. And then she's like, well, did you try this? I said, no. She said, well, did you try that? I said, no. She said, well, did you try it? I said, no. She said, well, why not? I said, because I'm scared. That's why. What the hell? Shouldn't that be enough? Wouldn't that be enough for you to not do certain drugs? Because you scared it's going to kill you? You ever heard people, you ever heard them stories where people will use drugs that they've never used before for the first time and it kills them? I was like, I'd be that motherfucker. I'd be the one that would try something for the first time and just croak. You know what I mean? So you get scared. You're like, I'm not just gonna try this, and it's bad for you. That's the thing. It's bad for you. Don't they say just say no to drugs? It's bad for you. So why in the world would I put myself in a situation like that? It just doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? And I don't want nothing taken away from my looks or my body, or I don't want my insides being harmed. I want to be as healthy as possible. I want to stay as healthy as possible. Okay. Sometimes people peer pressure you into certain things or whatever. That's how my ex-mother-in-law was like. She was a peer pressurer. I don't know if that's a word, but she was a peer pressurer. She peer pressured you into doing things, drinking. She just, and get mad at you if you don't do it. Like I had a wine bottle in my refrigerator, right? She would come over to my house or whatever, and see, and come over, visit, see what we got to drink, drink something or whatever. And so she would come every time she would come to my house, she would see the same wine bottle in my refrigerator, and then she would look at me and say, "Well, I thought you said you drink wine, or I thought you liked wine." I said, "I do like wine." She said, "Well, how come every time I come over here, the same wine bottle in the refrigerator and they got wine in it?" And I said, "Well, because I ain't drink it all yet. But every time I come over here, it's the same wine." Well, I wanted to be like, well, why is it a problem? Why are you mad about that? Just because you can, like, I'm a type of person that I will buy wine, but I won't drink it all in one day. Like, I'll buy wine and I will have it for a little, you know what I mean? Like, I won't drink it all in one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some people, they may buy wine and they'll just drink it like right then and there, like the same day or the same night or whatever. But I mean, I personally don't do that. It's not that I can't do it, I just don't do it. First of all, because I know my limits. You know what I mean? I buy my wine and I can have 2 glasses and I'm good. Like, real good. Like 1.5, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So I know my limit. So if I drink a whole bottle of wine, bitch, I'm gonna be passed the hell out somewhere. So, sometimes you just want wine to sip. You know what I mean? You just want it. You like getting that little buzz, but you know you still want to be able to do some shit. You know, like drink some wine, maybe read a book. You drink some wine, maybe take a bath. You know, drink some wine, maybe do some laundry. Drink some wine and cook dinner. You know, you still want to be able to function. That's the word I'm looking for. You want to be able to function still, not just pass the fuck out. You know, so yeah. My ex-mother-in-law used to really be mad because every time she would come to my house, it would be the same wine bottle in the refrigerator. Shit, I mean, my manager gave me a bottle of champagne, and y'all, not a regular bottle, okay? Not a regular bottle. It was like bigger than my head. Okay, it might have been the size of my head, right? And it was tall. It was real tall in the size of my head, right? Face. So it was a big bottle, like bigger than your average bottle of champagne. And I was given it last year for New Year's, or was it Christmas? It might have been for Christmas or whatever. And I still had it like maybe a month or so ago, maybe a little over a month ago. I still had the same bottle. It was unopened and everything. So I just let somebody else have it because I'm like, I'm not gonna drink this. If I ain't drink it yet, it's almost a year. If I didn't drink it yet, then I know I'm gonna drink it. But I don't like champagne like that anyway. Like whenever I tasted champagne, it always tasted like throw up to me. So I never liked champagne because it just didn't have a good taste to me. And anytime, like I had to have it mixed with something. So if I have champagne, I have to have it like in a mimosa, or if I have champagne, I have to have it like in a Bellini or something like that. I can't just have straight champagne. And if I do, it has to taste really, really good. And I just have not found a champagne that is worthy of me to drink it. So whatever. Anyway, but I do love wine. I just don't indulge in it like that. You know what I mean? I don't find the need to. But anyway, I don't know how I got on that topic, but that's so funny. Used to get mad at me, child. Yeah, peer pressure. Y'all be careful with people that be peer pressuring you, even if it's your mother-in-law. Okay, your mother-in-law or you know, whoever. Sometimes you feel like you gotta give in, you know, especially if it's an elder, right? Sometimes you feel like you got to give in to your elder, or maybe you should listen to what your elder is saying. Because, you know, a lot of times we do. We'll listen to our elder. If the elder say do this or do that, you know, but elders don't always tell you the right things to do. Because sometimes the elders be living foul. Sometimes the elders be doing shit they shouldn't be fucking doing. Okay? Well, but it's their business though, right? They grown. They do what they want to. But sometimes they can peer pressure you into doing stuff that you shouldn't do. That's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? And child speaking, I ain't even gonna go there. I go there enough in some of my videos on my page. But that also reminds me, if you're not subscribed to All Baddies Got a Story, please subscribe to the channel. Go live every day, sometimes twice a day. I should have went live earlier today, but I was kind of, I don't know, I was resting a little bit and then I had to go to work. And then when I got to work, I decided to well, it was real slow at work today, real slow. So I don't know if it's the weather or whatever, but I just decided to read while I was at work. I needed to catch up on some reading because I needed to finish this book, which I did finish today. So I'm happy about that. So that took a lot of my time at work because that's how dead it was. But yeah. some people might think the book that I was reading was boring. It's about commercial real estate. It actually excites me. I got real excited, especially when it got to the part of doing the examples and stuff, because that's where you really get to the crux of learning what you really need to learn in order to move forward. So I was actually anyway. Anyway, so what do you? But random facts. What are you talking about when you said it dulls anxiety? What dulls anxiety? Are you saying the sun dulls anxiety, or does rain dulls anxiety? That's what I'm trying to understand. Oh, maybe sun. Maybe you mean sun dulls anxiety. So if sun dulls anxiety, are you saying that rain heightens anxiety? And if that's the case, why would rain heighten anxiety? Why would rain heighten anxiety? Does anybody here get anxiety ridden when it rains outside? Or get like why would the weather changing bring down your happiness? Or but I mean, if you're not happy to begin with, right, then I don't think the weather has anything to do with that. Like, it could be snowing outside. Are you going to be blame the snow? You know, oh, well, I'm depressed because of the snow. Why? It ain't doing nothing but snowing. It's minding its business. I don't know. I'm a person that like the different elements. Like I said in a previous video, I noticed that a lot of Californians, because they're so used to the sun, and that, you know, and be in good weather the majority of the time, that when the weather changes up, it like gets them in a mood or something. But I don't know. Like, me personally, I get bored of the same. So even though I love the sunshine and I love nice weather, I want the switch up. I long for the switch up because it gets boring to me. Like, I'm like, oh, another sunny day. Like, sometimes I found myself doing that, right? And then I have to apologize and say, oh, forgive me, Lord. Like, I don't mean to like be ungrateful about it being such a nice day outside. I love that it's a nice day outside. I'm enjoying the sunshine and stuff, but sometimes you do want it to switch up. Sometimes you don't mind if it snows. Sometimes you don't mind if it rains. Sometimes, you know what I mean? And so, but I found myself doing that, like, oh, it's sunny again, another sunny day. But everybody else is just like, oh, great, sunshine. And they get mad when it rains. So I guess they look at my smiley face ass and be like, go somewhere. People want me to go somewhere anyway because I'm too damn joyful. So, you know, people get mad at my joy. One time I worked in this clothing store. I'll never forget. I was 16 years old, right? And the way I am now is the way I was then. So I would go to work and I would just be smiling and talking and happy and all this stuff. And then one time my manager stopped me and she just looked at me and she said, "Why are you so happy?" And I was just like, "What?" I was like, I don't know. I mean, because like in my mind, I'm like, what's the problem? Am I not supposed? Why are you always so happy? What do you have to smile about? I'm just like, damn. I'm 16. Okay, this is my part-time job after high school. After I get out of school, I don't need all this pressure before I go home for dinner. Like, what is the problem? You know what I mean? But then I realized what my manager's problem was. My manager's problem was the fact that she was being treated like shit by her husband. And I realized it because, like, after we would close the store up, you know, on the East Coast, you close the store, you pull down those silver things over the door, the windows and stuff, to shut it all down and lock everything up. And after we had closed up and everybody, you know, dispersed in their own ways, a lot of times I would get picked up by some of my friends. I always had older friends. So I would get picked up by my friends from after work, and we would just like go hang, whether we go get something to eat or we go to another friend's house or we just hanging out, you know. And so I remember me and my friends drove back down the street that I worked on, and it was like maybe 9 o'clock at night or something like that. And we closed the store at like 7:30. And an hour later, coming back through, I saw my manager standing outside the store in the dark. So she was still waiting for her husband to come and pick her up. And I remember, you know, when she would come to work, she would just be like miserable. She would always look mad and angry. She had like these big, like puffy, you know, like bags or whatever. Like she just had real puffiness under her eyes, like she was crying all the time. And she was like, and I was like, damn, my manager's still outside waiting for her husband to come pick her up in the dark. And then eventually, I had gotten into a university, or I finally picked a university, because I did pick one, but my mom had a problem with it because I was trying to leave out of the state. I got accepted to Tulane University in New Orleans, baby. And I've always been trying to get to New Orleans. I have been always trying to get to Louisiana. I don't know why. I think I researched the food or something, and it was just, I always wanted to get down there for the food and for like the culture and stuff. I always felt kind of like drawn to New Orleans. And so I just wanted to experience it. So I was like, I'm going to go to college there. So when I started applying for colleges, I applied to Tulane University. I was like, my ass going to go to New Orleans. I'm going to get my ass down to Louisiana. And I got accepted to Tulane University. And I told my mom, I said, well, I'm going to Tulane. Deuces, I'm out. And my mother just bust out crying. You just want to get as far away from me as possible. You don't want to be around me. I'm just like, no, actually, I just want to experience another state. You know, I was born and raised in New Jersey. I just kind of want to get out of New Jersey and go and experience another state. And I feel drawn to Louisiana, and I want to go down there. So, you know, you just want to, she cried. My mom made a ruckus, she threw like a huge fit over me going to Tulane University. So I turned down going to Tulane University because of my mom, because she was so upset that she didn't want me to go. So I turned down Tulane University. But honestly, y'all, in hindsight, when did Hurricane Katrina come through? I'm trying to remember when Hurricane Katrina. I'm trying to think if Hurricane Katrina came through before I was going to Tulane or afterwards. I think it might have been after. So I might have been down there during the whole Hurricane Katrina thing. I'm not sure. I got to remember. Wait. No, I think I probably would have graduated by then. But anyway. But I probably would have continued living down there, honestly. But anyway, so I didn't go to Tulane University. And then I set my eyes on, it was either between Montclair State, because I got into Montclair, and I had went to Montclair High School. I went to Montclair High School and Orange High School. But I got into Montclair State, and it was between Montclair State, Rutgers University, and Kane University, or it was Kane College then. Now it's Kane University. So it's between those three, because I had to turn down Tulane. So those three accepted me, or those four accepted me. And then I chose Kane College instead of Rutgers and Montclair State. And I chose Kane College because my mother told me that my cousin Vet lives in Union. And she was just like, I prefer you be close to family. Damn, now that I'm thinking about it, my mom just dictated my whole damn life. She like totally dictated it. She stopped me from going to Tulane University, and I really, really wanted to go. Like, I really wanted to study the culture down there. Like, I was really into certain things. But I really wanted to go down there, but especially for the food. And was like, I really wanted to go down there. I was drawn to it. And who knew that the restaurant Willie Mae, which is my grandma's name. My grandma's name is Willie Mae. Who, like, I would have discovered Willie Mae's restaurant down there and everything, and I could have been like, Grandma, there's a restaurant down here in your name. But Willie Mae's ended up coming out here to Southern California anyway, so I was able to go to Willie Mae's out here. So I was excited about that. But anyway, I was really excited about. I wanted to like research the French Quarters and the history of New Orleans. I've always just been real fascinated with it, and then once I found out that Melissa Harris Perry was actually a professor at Tulane University, and I always watched Melissa Harris Perry on TV when she had her show. Like, she's so intelligent, so smart, and I loved the Melissa Harris Perry show. I always watched it. I never missed it. I always watched it. And then she got taken down off her show, which was messed up in my opinion. I still wish she would have her show back. I really don't understand why her show was taken like that, and I don't feel that it should have been, but whatever. So, but when I discovered that Melissa Harris Perry was a professor at Tulane, I was like, damn it, if I would have went to Tulane University, she could probably was going to be my professor. I could have had Melissa Harris Perry as my professor at Tulane University. So, like, I'm even more mad at my mother. But anyway, yeah, sitting here right now, I'm realizing my mother really dictated my life. She stopped me from going to Tulane. I was probably gonna go to Montclair State because I had already been accustomed to living in Montclair because I went to Montclair High School. So I was going to go to Montclair State, and my mother told me, no, choose Kane College because it's in Union. Your cousin is in Union, and so I would feel better with you being closer to family. So the whole time I'm not realizing that my mother was planning on bouncing and moving to Virginia. The whole time she was planning on bouncing and moving to Virginia. So she wanted me to be close to family. So in case I needed somebody to lean on, because she knew her ass wasn't going to be around, in case I needed somebody to lean on, I could lean on my cousin Vet because her ass was bouncing. And I didn't even know she was bouncing. And then when I discovered that she was bouncing to Virginia, I said, hold up. Hold up. Hold the phone. I said, you mean to tell me you blew a gasket? Sorry, am I getting loud, y'all? I said, you mean to tell me you blew a gasket because I wanted to go to a university in another state? And the whole time you're planning to leave out of state to leave me out of state. You told me that I wanted to leave you and get away from you. That's why I was going to Tulane University. It's like she just moved like the checkers, like the puzzle pieces of a person's life. She just moved the damn checkers across the board. No, don't go to Tulane University. You just want to get away from me. You want to get as far away from me as possible. No, I don't go. You stay in New Jersey. So I decided to stay in New Jersey. Okay, I'm gonna go to Montclair State. No, go to Kane. It's in Union. It's close to your cousin Vet in case you need somebody. So then all right, Mom. So I go to Kane University and she bounces and leaves me and moved to Virginia. Her and my brother and left me. And by then her and my dad was already divorced and broken up and everything. So he was, where he was or whatever. And her and my brother just bounced to Virginia and left me in New Jersey. And as I sit here talking about this right now, I literally just am realizing that she just moved like the chess pieces of my life. And as a result of that, of all of the things that transpired as a result of the chess pieces and stuff being moved around, I think that's why I became even more of a rebel towards my mother. You know what I mean? Because she would tell me, after that, when she would tell me do this and do this and do this and do this and do this, I would just be like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You're like, you literally, no. Like, I could have ended up at Tulane. Who knows what I would have been doing if I would have went to Tulane University? Who knows what I would have been doing? Who knows where I would have been living? Who knows who I could have met? I could have met a future husband or something. Like, who knows? Like, you know what I mean? Like, my life could have been going in a totally different direction if I listened to what I wanted to do, wholeheartedly wanted to do, and went to Tulane University. Who knows where I would have ended up or what would have happened? You know what I mean? And then compromising and staying in New Jersey. All right, I'm gonna go to Montclair State. I was accepted to Montclair State. No. Who knows what would have happened if I would have went to Montclair State? Who knows where I would have ended up? Maybe I would have been living in Montclair right now. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? Like, my life, a lot of my life was dictated by the puzzle pieces that was being moved around by my mom. And I think that, you know, some people might say, well, you know, you should listen to your parent, and your parents are your guiders and all of this stuff. But let me tell you something. Your parent telling you or dictating to you what you should do with your life after you have become an adult is like telling a child not to go into the army because you don't want them to go into the army. You know what I mean? It's like your son coming to you or your daughter coming to you and saying, you know, I want to go into the military. And you're just like, no, don't go into the military. I'm afraid you're going to die. You know what I mean? Which is a natural, common feeling for a parent to feel. You don't want your kid to go into the military because you're afraid they might not come back, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, that's your child's decision, right? And if your child is deciding to go into the army, then you kind of have to respect them as an adult, right? But I'm seeing that in my case, I allowed my mom to dictate my life after I had, you know, turned 18, after I had graduated high school, and like I allowed her to dictate where I would go and stuff like that, and who I would live around and stuff like that. But now I see that it was because she knew she was leaving me. You know, she was complaining that I was leaving her, but in hindsight, she was really leaving me and didn't even tell me. So I don't know. Now I'm just starting to really wonder why. Excuse me. Like, I'm really starting to wonder why all that was done. Why? Like, if you were leaving the state anyway, if you were leaving New Jersey anyway, why did you not want me to leave New Jersey? And as I'm saying that, I'm hearing sirens going off. Why did you not? Why? I got questions now. I really want to know. Huh. That's crazy. I mean, and I, you know, what would y'all do? What would y'all do if you got into 4 colleges and there was one particularly that you wanted to go to, that you just felt drawn to? You wanted to go to that state. You wanted to go. You felt drawn to go, and your parent told you not to go. Like, made a big fuss and cried and, you know, and said, oh, you just want to get as far away from me as possible and all this other stuff. And you know what I mean? And to the point where you were just like, okay, I won't go. You know what I mean? And then you picked another college to go to, and it still wasn't good enough. No, don't go there. You know, go here because it's close to your cousin. And, you know, if something happens, you know, at least you'll have your cousin to lean on. But the whole time, I'm not even thinking like, well, why would you want me to lean on my cousin? Why would I even have to lean on her? You know what I mean? But it's because your parent knew that they were leaving the state. They knew they were leaving the state and just didn't tell you. I'm really trying to understand, y'all. I'm like kind of lost for words at this point. Like, I'm on live And I just got smacked in the face with the truth of how my life was being dictated by my mom. And it's like puzzle pieces being pushed around totally against what I wanted. And I'm just trying to understand why. So what would y'all have done in that situation? Would y'all have listened to y'all parent? I guess you could say, somebody might say, well, Shanda, why did you listen to her? And as a person that was 17, I graduated from high school when I was 17 years old, and I was about to be 18. And so you're an adolescent, right? And if you have been guided by your parents all that time and you're still very young, even though I've always been very strong-minded, I was still very young, you know what I mean? And so I was influenced by my parent, you know what I mean? Like my dad didn't say anything about me getting into colleges and going to different colleges. Like he didn't have a say. Like I said, my parents by that time were divorced and broken up. So, my dad was he took like a backseat to everything after my parents' divorce. It was almost like he kind of fell off the map. Because he didn't want to break up. Like he didn't want to, he didn't want the divorce to happen. And so he was he was torn up about it. And so after it happened, he kind of took a back seat. And my dad didn't come to my high school graduation, and he said it was because my mom didn't want him there. And I was like, what do you mean? Because I asked him, I was like, where were you? Like, why weren't you at my high school graduation? And he's like, oh, well, your mom didn't want me there. And I was like, what? I said, what my high school graduation got to do with her? It's my high school graduation. I'm your daughter. You know what I mean? Like even if y'all didn't speak to each other or sat next to each other, you still should have came to my high school graduation. But he said they had gotten into a big argument or a big fight or something, and she didn't want him there or something like that. And because I was looking for him, I'm like, where's Dad? Like, where's Dad? You know what I mean? He did come to my college graduation at Kane University. They were amicable. They were amicable at my college graduation or whatever. So they were both there. But yeah, so he missed out on. But anyway, they had whatever issues they still be having issues. Anyway, but I'm like bothered now. I'm bothered. Because even though I was still young, so I listened to her, my mom, but now I kind of feel like maybe I should have been a rebel then and just not listen. Maybe I should have just said, no, I'm going here and that's where I'm going. But sometimes when you're young like that, you kind of feel like if you go against your parent, they're gonna be upset, or you're gonna upset them, or you're gonna make them mad. And she was clearly very upset and crying and saying, I want to get away from her. So I didn't go to prove to her that I wasn't going to get away from her, or I don't even know where that came from or why she would even think that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, why would I try to get away from you? Like, what the fuck? So me staying was my way of proving to her that that's not what it was. I don't know, y'all. This is weird. And then going to Kane instead of going to Montclair State. It was interesting though, if I didn't go to Kane and I went to Montclair State, I wouldn't have met the ex that I ended up like having a what do you call it? What do you call it? Damn, I forgot the name of it. I would have ended up with the ex that I ended up with, basically. Because the ex wouldn't have been at Montclair State or Tulane University. I would have met somebody completely different. completely different. Probably would have married a guy, you know what I mean, met a guy, husband or something. I don't know. I just have a feeling that my life would have took a completely different turn if I would have went to Tulane University or Montclair State, or you know what I mean. If I would have listened to myself and went where I wanted to go, I think my life would have been different. But the fact that I didn't listen to myself and I listened to my mom, you know, and then my life panned out in a different kind of way, which still didn't seem to make her very happy, you know, so much so that, you know, didn't even come to my wedding and stuff like that. So it's like, that's that conditional love. That's what that is. Conditional love. Not unconditional, conditional. But can't dwell on that, right? Because the past is in the past and this is now, right? So, I mean, honestly, if a person goes back through the videos that I've done on this page and you connect the dots up to how I got to where I am now, because it's all kind of like connecting in my brain right now, you will see that it all leads back to my mother. Woo! I got chills. I got chills just now. Woo! It leads back to my mother. Like I shouldn't even be in the situation I'm in right now. Do you understand that? I shouldn't even be in this situation I'm in right now. Going back and forth between motels, hotels, and it leads back to my mother. Wow. That is ain't this about a bitch? I come on live to do some regular shit and end up connecting dots to my life. Wow. But you know what, y'all? Mm, 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 mm. Wow. I connected the dots of jealousy and envy with regards to my mom. But now I'm starting to really feel like it might be hatred too. um, yeah. Because horn just beeped 3 times. Wow. Could it be possible that a mother has always been invested in their own daughter's demise? Could it be possible? Of course it could be possible. I remember while I was going through what I'm going through out here, like, back and forth between motels and just trying to stay afloat, right? I remember I talked to my mom, and I was sitting outside of my second job. I was on like a break or something, and I was talking to her on the phone. And I remember her saying, well, you're just so strong. You just stay strong. You seem to be strong. Like, it seems like nothing can break you. And the way she said it like that. It's like nothing can break you. And when she said it like that, I was like, ooh. And immediately I was like, damn, it almost sounds like she's mad about it. It seems like she's mad about it. And it almost felt like everything that she was trying to do, she was mad that it wasn't working. She was upset that my Aunt Leola helped me out. My Aunt Leola, may she rest in peace. She recently passed a few months ago. My mother wasn't happy that my Aunt Leola helped me out last year, which actually enabled me to, get through a lot. I was able to go back to my first job while picking up a second job and working both jobs, which helped me to maintain myself for over a year. But then, because my first job discriminated against me and tried everything in their power to get rid of me due to discrimination, which they successfully did, sort of, kind of. It left me with my one job, which left me doing this, right? Juggling act, which is making me unbalanced financially, right? And so to hear that your own mom is like, seems like nothing can break you, like, be mad about it, about how strong you're being, regardless of all of the venom being thrown at you by all kind of people, even people who claim to love you or have claimed to love you. Like, to go through all of that. I've had tarot readers read on me, and they're like, girl, you went through all of that? These people put you through all of this? How in the hell are you still standing? How are you still positive? How? People are confused. Confused, especially my mother. It's interesting because, people do things to you, horrible things to you, and they think nobody knows what they're doing. But you have whole other communities that are actual readers that read you. And so you think you hiding and that nobody knows what you're doing, but you being watched the whole time. That's what I find so fascinating. That's what I find so interesting. The fact that some of these people, family, friend, foe, coworker, boss, whoever, think that they are doing things and getting away with it, but they are being watched the whole time. People know what you are doing and what you have done because they read you. So you ain't hiding from nobody. People out here in these streets talking about y'all and sympathizing with me. Like, what the? Why are they doing this to you? What? But they know why. Because they read you. So they know why you're doing what you're doing. Even if you think that nobody knows why. It's interesting. So you think you're sitting there looking like a saint, and people see the real you and they see Satan. Oh, yes. It's what they're seeing. It's what they're seeing. All the plots and plans and twists and turns. You're being talked about. Literally, you're being talked about and watched. Just like I'm being watched. I always tell people, I know bad people watch me, but I know good people watch me too. So, I mean, I just can't believe that I connected the whole dot like that. Like, to recognize that the pieces to your life have been pushed around a board in such a way by one of your parents to lead you to demise is quite fascinating. And to still be standing and strong and balanced and sane, very sane, and not be addicted to any, like the stuff that people are shocked that I've been through. They're like, how are you not like on drugs or using drugs? Or how are you not an alcoholic? How are you not a drinker? How are you not? How? How? Because, you know, a lot of people, when they go through really, really horrible things, they may turn to substances, right? They may abuse substances to appease the pain, right? And I'm not going to say that I didn't smoke a little bud every now and again. I haven't smoked in a very long time now. It's probably been about a year. It's probably been about a year, maybe more than a year, give or take. So I haven't smoked in a while, but I noticed that I did it mostly when I was doing my music, because it just kind of heightened me, right? And took my imagination. I mean, I don't need it to make music. You know what I mean? I make music anyway. It's just what I do. But I liked how it took my mind in other places and allowed me to see different things, which allowed that to, you know, transform into my music. So, yeah, but that's it. Like, I mean, nothing else. Like, you know what I mean? But, yeah, it's, yeah, I mean, I understand that people will abuse substances to numb pain. And I get that. I do. I get that. And sometimes you can do it so much till you get addicted to it, right? And then it becomes a problem because now you're addicted to the point where it's not even like, I mean, it's your choice, but it's like not your choice. It becomes like a sickness, right? It becomes a sickness in which you feel like you need it in order to get through the day, right? But I've always kept my kids, Winter and Laker, at the forefront of my mind and my heart. And I knew that if I allowed myself to dwindle away, that my kids would be to the winds, that the people that have them would like have full control to do whatever they wanted to my babies. And I knew I needed to be strong for myself, but also for my kids. It's like, well, if I give up on myself and end up in God's nowhere, you know, what's going to happen to my kids? You know? Because a lot of times there are people that wish you would just kind of disappear, go away, probably die, you know what I mean? Just, or end up in a mental institution or a psych ward or, you know, a hospital. You know, they want you to go away. You know, there's like an agenda. There's a, you know, so that they can take over, steal, confiscate, claim, copy. Right? It's always a reason for somebody wanting you to go away. But, well, if y'all have been watching me on this live all this time, you have watched me kind of connect the, no, not even kind of, you watched me connect the dots of my life that led back to one person in particular. And I'm not a person that likes to play victim. And I don't play victim, which is why people never think that there's anything wrong. People never think that I, you know, go through anything too major. People never think that I have problems, issues, you know, because of how I carry myself. But it's because I don't play victim. Not saying that people aren't victims and that you can't be a victim. I know in a lot of situations I am a victim. I just don't play to it. You know what I mean? I don't use it as a crutch, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, this is happening to me, and you know what I mean? I understand some people can be a little bit more dramatic than others, and I understand that some people, you know, can, you know, they can genuinely be devastated over some things, and I completely get that. I completely get that. In my experience, in my personal experience, I just recognize that being like that doesn't solve anything, and all it does is seek to either give you headaches, drain your energy, help you to not be able to think straight. You know, sometimes it can put you in a deep, dark place, right? And if you continue to stay in that deep, dark place, you will continue to sink further and further and further and further down that deep, dark place. And then it'll be harder for you to get out of it because you would have allowed yourself to go that deep. You know what I mean? So that's why it's important that when you do get into a funk or grief or whatever, that you don't dwell in that place too long, because the longer you dwell in it, the harder it is for you to get out of it. And that's the God's honest truth. So, I'm more of a problem solver, and I'm more of a all right, let's snap to it. All right, okay. I cried a few tears. All right, snap out of it. Let's go. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's just how I am. But because I just know that there's nothing good on the other side of using victim as a crutch. There's just nothing good on the other side of it. And so, but I know that everybody is different and not everybody operates the same. But I just speak from experience, you know? And so I'm not playing victim at all. We create our lives, right? And a lot of us creating our lives is, whether we listen to people or we listen to ourselves, right? Sometimes you can kind of be forced into some situations that you didn't want to be in, for sure. And it's definitely not your fault. But once in it, you kind of have to decide how you're going to maneuver around it or out of it, And that's what I've been left to do, just kind of maneuver around and about and out, And that's why I always say, like, if you look at any of my previous videos, that's why I'll say stuff like, I feel like I'm in the Hunger Games, because basically I am, where you have people positioning you in such a way where they're pushing you around like a chessboard, putting you in certain situations and to see how you're going to react, to see how you're going to figure your way out of it, to see if anybody's going to help you out of it, to see if you're just going to give up. Because a lot of people give up. In a lot of cases, a lot of people do give up. And then there are a lot of people that fight. I always have said that I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover. I'm definitely a lover. But I'm also realizing that I'm a fighter too. A warrior. A rebel. Yeah. That's why I gave my daughter the name of Madison, Winter Rose Madison, because Madison means daughter of a warrior. My name for my daughter was very intentional. Very intentional. Winter Rose, because you rarely see roses grow in the winter. Everything is supposed to die in the winter. But when you see a red rose growing in the snow and the blizzard, and it's just shining bright and beautiful in the stark coldness, and you wonder, how in the hell did that rose grow in this brutal winter? How in the hell did that rose grow? That's a strong rose. It's so beautiful. How did it? Wow. That's why I named my daughter Winter Rose. I gave her a very strong name. And who knew that the name that I gave her was literally gonna wear her life? And what I mean by that is my kids are being hidden from me by the ex who refuses to contact me, who refuses to return any calls, who refuses to anything, just completely ran off with my kids, my biological kids. Yes, I carried those babies. Those are my eggs. I carried them for 9 months and birthed them into this world. Yes, those are my biological babies. And the ex is hiding my biological babies from me. And from another siren going off. And from personal experience with the X and the X's family, it has been very toxic, very negative, very emotionally, verbally, mentally, and physically abusive. Very abusive. And so I try not to put my mind on that so much, because I can just imagine the kind of abuse. Ooh, the siren. Y'all hear that siren? I can imagine the kind of abuse that my kids are enduring in that family. They have a history of being abusive and pedophiles, molestation, rape. Yes. The X and the X's family. Yes. So you hiding my kids is meaning that you're doing something to my babies that you don't want me to know about. Because why else would you do it? Why is nobody contacting me? So so I don't play victim. And I gave my daughter a very strong name, not knowing all of the stuff that she would have to endure, or my son. I didn't know that my kids would have to endure and go through all of what they're enduring and going through. But I am very glad that I gave my daughter a very strong name, because despite all that they go through, Winter and Laker, I hope that those names keep you strong through the fight until you are back with me. And you better be alive, and you better be well. Because if you are not, it's going to be a lot of people that got to answer for that. So I stay strong for myself so that I can stay strong for my kids. That's why I stay so strong. Mom, since you want to know why are you so strong? No, it just seems like nothing can break you. I'm staying strong for my babies. That you seem to have some sort of connection that I don't. Because you sent me a text message a few months back telling me that my babies are absolutely fine. That you called the Las Vegas police and they told you that my babies are fine. Mom, that's what you said to me in a text message a few months ago. I don't understand how you can get answers to things that I can't. Some real strange shit going on. Very, very, very strange shit. And I really want to know, why am I the one being kept in the dark? What the fuck is going on? So again, I don't play victim. I just remain present, sane, aware, because I'm just waiting to see who all the players are. And I'm waiting for the tower to fall or burn to the ground. But anyway, I'm sitting inside with a whole coat on. Like it's cold, and it's not even cold. Let me see how my hair doing under here. I guess I'll take it off soon. Anyway, y'all, guess I've been on this live long enough. It's crazy because I do these lives and I never know which direction they're going in. Sometimes I know. Sometimes I have like things that I actually plan to talk about, right? But in most cases, I don't really have a plan to talk about some things. I just kind of get on here and just talk with y'all and see where the discussion leads. So where this went today was very interesting. It was almost as if it was supposed to happen just like that. I don't know why, but it just feels that way. And every time I hit on those specific topics about my kids and abuse, them sirens just screams really, really loud each time, which is almost like alert, alert, check on those kids. Somebody send CPS? Or do CPS even really care? Because I've heard stories about CPS really not giving a fuck about kids, that they actually according to Allie Carter anyway. But anyway, so I guess I'll get off this live. I guess I've been on here long enough. I don't want to. Because if I keep going, I might uncover some more shit. Okay? If I keep going, I might uncover some more shit. It's funny because some of my family members claim that they don't watch me on my social media platforms. So interesting. My cousin Tawana was like, well, what platforms do you have? Well, what? Well, what? Well, what? Well, what? I said, you don't know what platforms I have? I'm all over the fucking internet. you don't know what social media account. No, what are you talking about? Remember the YouTube channel that you came on and you actually liked a video that was on your dad because her dad passed away not too long ago, about a year ago. And I was like, remember you came on my YouTube channel and liked the video about your dad? Oh, that channel. Oh, well, do you have any other channel? It's just like, for somebody to say, and because I said that, I was like, come on now. Like, I have so many links on this channel, okay? That leads to so many of my other social media platforms. So for any family member to say, I didn't know you were on the internet. Well, where were you? Well, where are you? Well, what are your other platforms? So what? And I literally have links to a lot of my shit in one spot. Cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit. What do y'all think? Do family members pretend to not see you so that they don't have to, like, why do they pretend to not see you? Like, why? Why do they pretend to not see you? What is that about? I mean, I know you don't, comment on my things, and I know you don't, show support for a lot of my stuff or whatever. But it's like, oh, is it the guilt? Is that what it is? Is it the guilt because you know you don't support and you know you don't comment, or you know what I mean? Is it the guilt? Is it the guilt because you know? So you're just kind of like, oh, I didn't know. So you don't have to feel bad about. It's okay. It's okay. Honestly, that's normal. Okay, to all the family members that pretend to not see me, that's normal. So don't feel bad about it. A lot of family members, friends, just people, and a lot of them pretend to not see certain people. So don't feel bad about that. Okay. A lot of us content creators know for a fact that we get the majority of our support from complete strangers, people that don't know us from a can of paint, but they watch us on camera and they like what they see, or they connect with who we are, and so they follow and they support. Any content creator, any artist, anybody who does anything online knows that for a fact, that you gain the majority of your support from total strangers. So I don't think that family members should feel guilty about what you do. I think you feel guilty about it because you know that you're low-key hating. But instead of feeling guilty about low-key hating, maybe you should just reflect to find out why you are low-key hating, or why you are low-key jealous or envious or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, just do some reflection to figure out within you why you're low-key hating. That's all, because that's all it is. I ain't mad. Ciao. Anybody know me? Know. I don't care. No me importa. No me importa. Serious. En serio. Es verdad. No me importa. So, it's okay. It's okay. It's not that I don't know what it is. I mean, I guess I kind of figured it out just now. I told y'all, the longer I stay on this live, I start, uncovering shit. So, but yeah, it's okay. No. But I recently had a cousin pop up on my live that I don't remember the last time I talked to him or whatever. And he's never been on any of my social media platforms. So when I saw him, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Oh my God. Spiritual Whistleblower said the same thing. I watched a video about Spiritual Whistleblower. I don't know if you guys ever heard of her, but she's on YouTube. And so she said that 2 or 3 of her male cousins who she doesn't talk to or she haven't seen in forever, they kind of popped up out of nowhere on her, in her DM or on her social media page, and was like, hey cuz, just want to say hey. And she said she was like, she said she was shocked because she's like, I don't get support from family. Nobody acknowledges what I do. Everyone acts like they don't see me. And I'm like, oh shit, you sound like me. You sound like me. So I literally just watched her video the other day. It's probably still in my profile, my feed, my watching feed. I literally just watched it the other day, and she was just like, I just got, these cousins just popped up out of nowhere. I'm like, oh shit, son, me too. So we're genuinely taken aback. Like, y'all think we playing, but we're genuinely taken aback. Like, what? Because we're used to strangers. We're used to total strangers. And eventually the strangers, they become friends. Like you know them, right? When you see them more and more, you're like, oh, hey, oh, welcome back. Oh, what's up? Well, you know, like that, you know, complete strangers though, because strangers eventually become friends, right? But when you see family members that you know that just don't ever be on your shit, just pop up out of nowhere, yeah, it's very shocking. It's very shocking. It's surprising. It's shocking. And sometimes you don't even know how to respond to it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, like if you see it, sometimes you may like not respond to it, you know, or you may not, like if they leave a comment, you may not say anything or anything because you just kind of like, it's shocking to you. So you don't know how to, because in the back of your mind, you're like, what's going on? Is this a setup? What's the agenda? Why, what, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you've been on social media platforms for years, right? Years, right? You've been doing a lot of stuff that you're doing now for years, okay? So it's just shocking. And then sometimes you don't respond because you want to see if they have staying power. Like, are you here to, you know, to be acknowledged as somebody who's related to me, to everybody that is following me? Are you here to be acknowledged as somebody who's related to me? Because what do they call that? They call that clout chasing. That's what it's called, clout chasing. Are you here to be a clout chaser? Like, oh, that's my cousin, or that's my sister, or that's my friend, or that's my, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because if you've not been there in eons ever, right? And then you just pop up out of nowhere, it's just like, why are you here now? What's going on? What's changed? You know? So yeah, it makes you wonder. So sometimes you don't respond at all because it makes you want to see if they have staying power. Are you here to be acknowledged as somebody who's related to me? Or are you here because you genuinely want to be here and you genuinely want to connect with the community and you genuinely want to see what's going on and you genuinely want to show support, you know? Because sometimes a good way of figuring it out, if they're there for clout, right? If they're there just to be acknowledged as somebody who's connected to me or whatever, or connected to you, is, you know, yeah, just not responding, seeing if they have staying power. And if they comment a few times and you don't respond and they disappear, right? They go away, they just unfollow or they go away. That means that they were looking to be acknowledged. They were looking for the clout. Why is my cousin not acknowledging me? Or why is such and such not why is, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, so that's what you were here for. You weren't here because you genuinely wanted to be here. You're not here because you were genuinely interested in showing support. You were here seeking clout. Thanks for letting me know. You disappearing let me know that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's the truth. It's the truth. People be mad at me, child. I trigger people. People get mad at me because I'm blunt. Or I just, you know, say what it is. But it's like, what you want me to do? Not say what it is? You know? Like, if, you know, if somebody is showing me, you know, for example, I'm not saying no names or nothing, but like if somebody is showing me, you know, a text message that they, you know, sent to like a spouse or something, right? And then the spouse writes back to them something that's like very disrespectful and not nice at all or whatever, but you keep being sweet to the spouse and they keep kind of just giving you their ass to kiss, I'm going to tell you that person don't respect you. Or that person is telling you to kiss my ass. So this person is, why are you bothering with this person? This motherfucker don't care. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just going to be straight up. I'm straight up like that, you know? But I think a lot of family members appreciate that about me. At least I thought. At least I was told. I was told by some family members that they seek advice from me because they like how I keep it real. Like they like how I just kind of say what it is. You know what I mean? As opposed to, that's why a lot of people seek advice from me. A lot of people seek advice from me all the time. Well, Shanda, what would you do in this situation? Well, Shanda, this happened, so why do you think this happened? So, Shanda, this, so which way you think it's going to go? Well, you know what I mean? They say I be right about a lot of stuff and that I give good advice or that I really help them. You know what I mean? Shit, I help myself. How do you think I got this damn far? Why do you think so many motherfuckers are shocked that I'm still going? And mad about it, too. Why won't she fall off? Why won't she just stop? Why is she so strong? Why? Why she got to speak up? Why she got to use her voice? Why she got to have boundaries? Why? It's like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Just be a mute? No offense to anybody who's a mute. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want me to do? It's like, motherfuckers is mad at me for existing. Literally. That's what it feels like. People are mad at me for existing. And all I do is mind my business. And that's evident by all of my work online. How in the hell would I have time to do all of the work that you see online if I was minding somebody else's motherfucking business? Think about it. You look at my artistry page, in your mind, you probably be like, damn, she wrote all this? She composed all this music? She did these videos? She wrote all these songs? And she editing videos and shit and putting shit together and doing this? You gotta have a lot of time to be able to do some shit like that. Yeah, you do. You do. Just like all the other platforms and the TikToks and all of that shit. You got to have time to be able to do things, to piece things together, to research, to find the facts, to put stories together, to edit, to narrate, to compose. All of that shit is time consuming. There's no way that I'll be able to do all of that and go to school on top of it. Go to the Los Angeles Film School, graduate. Go to the real estate school a second time and get my second real estate license and graduate. All of that is time consuming. It takes time and effort to do that shit. You can't do all of that shit minding somebody else's motherfucking business. And that's just facts. Okay? Straight facts. It's facts. You can't do that. Being all up in somebody else's business. So when I literally say I mind my business, I literally mean that shit. You know why? Because I'm always too busy doing something else, working on something else, planning something else, creating something else. You can't do that and be in somebody's business. What this person doing? What that person doing? What they talking about? What they if I'm always in somebody else's business, there's no way that I could create all the shit that I create. And you can see all of my shit for yourself. It's right there online. All Baddies Got a Story. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Check out the other feature channels on my page. Those are my channels too. At That Girl Shanda, that's my artistry page. Go there, check out my music, my songs that I write, my spoken word, narrated by my voice, all the music in the background composed by me. Check it out. If you vibe with it, subscribe to the channel, At That Girl Shanda. My podcast, almost 300 episodes on there. Subscribe to the pod. I got a few episodes in my podcast playlist folder right here on this page. Listen to a couple of them. If you vibe with it, subscribe to the podcast. There's no way I can do all of that and be minding somebody else's business, y'all. No way. There's no way. I barely watch TV. I'm just keeping it real. I barely watch TV. Seriously. And we got, and what's even more funny, yo, what's even more funny is I uploaded some of these text messages that the ex's current spouse sent to my phone, which I had completely blocked this person out, right? After the first text message that was sent to me, because I was like, first of all, this is disrespectful. Second of all, why are you talking to me? Third of all, this has nothing to do with you whatsoever. So you shouldn't even be talking to me. So after the first text message, I blocked the person out, right? This person sent like 15 more text messages that I never saw because I had the person blocked, right? Until I ended up in a certain part of my phone not too long ago. And that's when I was like, well, who the hell is this? And I said, wait a minute, this heifer kept sending me text messages even after I blocked her. What the fuck? And then I looked through all the text messages and looked at it and I said, you've got to be kidding me. And damn near all the text messages calling me out my name, all kind of bitches and all kind of crazy things. And then had her to say, what, you down the street from the house? What, you watching the house? What, you watching us? And we have a boring life. I don't know why you down the street watching us. It's like I'm in a whole nother state in 2 schools, the Los Angeles Film School and Key Realty, studying to get my second real estate license and my music production degree. Who the hell is sitting down the street from somebody's house watching a goddamn house? What? Y'all, I had a good kiki when I saw the messages. I said, is this person crazy? And then in one of the text messages talking about something, she bought my album and wanted a refund. If you're interested in seeing those text messages, go to my community tab, scroll down until you see where I'm saying, yeah, these are the text messages that were blocked, that pop. You'll see what I'm talking about. I got a lot of stuff on my community tab. Just scroll down until you see about 3 different posts where I have all of those text messages posted right there. Because I could not believe it. I said, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then going, trying to accuse me of being a stalker? Who has time to be a stalker? I'm busy. I'm busy. Not to mention the brakes on my damn vehicle wasn't making it all the way over there any damn way, okay? I'm in a whole other state, y'all. A whole other state. But I'm being accused of stalking somebody, being down the street Child. I just put on my community tab, Capricorns don't give a fuck. That's my family. I just like we don't care to mind other people's business. We don't. Capricorns don't. We just don't care. What you do in your house, in your room, in your space during your time is your motherfucking business. Why do I care what you do? It ain't none of my business. I don't care who you got in your bed. I don't care who you got in your, I don't care. I don't know you. And even if I do know you, I still don't care. It's none of my business. I'm my motherfucking business. Okay? And the problem that I'm coming into is that I have a lot of motherfuckers that mind my business and then want to attack me for minding my business. I don't get that part. I still don't get that part. Want to attack me, call me names and just go on full on attack when all I do is mind my business. You know what's interesting is that when people mind your business, right? Like if they listening on you and shit like that, and then you happen to be talking about something that might hit a little too close to home for them, right? They will automatically think that you're targeting them. And it's like, wait a minute, ho. Do I know you? Do I know you? So if I don't know you, why would you think that I'm talking about you? And if I do know you, why do you still think that I'm talking about you? Is it guilt? Because it sounds like it might be guilt. It sounds like it might be a guilty conscience there. Maybe you did something, said something that you knew was fucked up, and now you think I'm talking about you. But if I don't know you from a can of paint, and I'm talking about something that triggers you, so now you want to attack me? I'm sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have been listening to me. Maybe you shouldn't have been minding my motherfucking business. Because now I'm triggering you and you don't even know, I don't even know you. Who are you? What's going on here? What is happening? Or did somebody that knows me told you to pay attention or something like that? And so now you attacking me because of the other person that may not like me. It's like, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's just, it's too much. Calling people names and out their names. It's just like, what is the problem? And if you have a problem, voice your concerns. And if you don't voice your concerns to me, then you really don't have a problem. Maybe you like talking about me. It's one or the other, right? And I'm not the only one that go through this. There's a lot of people that go through this. I hear people's stories all the time. And I'm like, damn, you sound like me. Just like what I said earlier today when I was talking about spiritual whistleblower. I was like, damn, you sound like me. I just said this the other day. So it's a lot of us like-minded folks who go through a lot of the same thing. And we connect with each other online. That's how we connect. Like if we don't have people in our local community that are like-minded, that go through the same things that we go through or even understand us, right? Because a lot of times you can be around people, they don't understand you. They don't fucking know you. They don't understand you. And if they do kind of know you, they still don't understand you. You know what I'm saying? So you usually connect with people around the world online because you have something that you relate to each other with, or, you vibe with each other. You understand each other's lingo, right? And so you connect. And that's how a lot of people end up following you online, because they're connecting with what you're saying, or they relate. They understand. It's something there. Or you're just entertaining and they want to keep watching you. Or you cute and they want to keep seeing you. One or the other. But anyway, y'all, let me get off, because I said I was going to get off like 30 minutes ago. My ass still on here. I'm really going to get off now because I need to eat some dinner, need to shower, and prepare for work mañana. So, oh my God. But y'all know that I will be on here again to do my live. If I don't do my live tomorrow morning, y'all know it's because a firewall block or something is up at my job that's stopping me from coming on, the platform. But anyway, but we'll see how that goes tomorrow. But I'll definitely talk to y'all mañana, okay? Thanks for listening. Some of y'all comments weren't coming through, and it's crazy because once I accidentally went to somebody else's page and then I came back to my page, that's when y'all comments started popping up. So it's almost like y'all comments are being blocked out, or I'm not seeing them, or I'm not getting them, or I don't know what the hell, whatever, y'all. I guess, I don't know, child. Because there was no comments at first, and then when I accidentally pushed a button and went to somebody else's page and came back, then that's when these comments popped up. So you know what? Let me go to somebody else's page real quick. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me see. Wait, can I even do it? I don't even know what I did, what I pushed last time. Whatever, child. This is too much for my soul. My lipstick still look good though. It's like lip gloss. It's in a lip gloss form. So it's not lipstick, it's in a lip gloss, but it just looks like lipstick. But I love it. Anyway, I'm about to get off here. Even though I said that like 3 times already. I didn't think I was gonna like live, y'all. I didn't think so. I was always a little nervous. The first time I went live, it was like 8 months ago. And I was like, because I did it to kind of get my feet wet to see if I would like it. But I was like, I don't really care for it, whatever. But then the more I noticed that like my views were being blocked, the more I noticed a lot of my videos were being suppressed, the more that I noticed that there was some funny stuff going on with my account with hackers and whatever. I felt like going live would probably negate all of that stuff that was going on. And also my mother told me to stay off social media. Just stay off social media. stay off social media. So I said, oh, so we all, if y'all were watching, listening earlier on in this video, y'all would know that I said that ever since my mom told me about to do certain things, I just became a straight rebel. And anything she told me to do, I did the opposite of, because a lot of the stuff that she would tell me to do ended up hurting me in the end. And so, anyway, so she told me stay off social media. So in my mind, I'm like, that means go on social media. Ding, ding, that means go on social media. Because why you want to hide me? Why you want me to stay off social media? What go on social media. So I've been on social media every single day, on live, I mean, every single day, because my mother told me not to. Every single day. And it has proven to actually work. My subscriber count is increasing. My video views are getting more views than they were. So I kind of feel like going live is actually helping my channel in a sense. Like I said, I wasn't too keen on it. I did it one time 8 months ago, and then it took me until maybe a month ago to like really just kind of go hardcore with it. And ever since I've been doing it, my views have been steady going up. My subscriber count has been going up. And so I think it's dope that there's people out there that connect with me, that relate to me, that, you know, like my content. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And again, if you're not subscribed and you're watching, please subscribe to All Baddies Got a Story. I do lives every single day. Oh, yes, I do. Sometimes twice a day. But I also upload other interesting content, which if you see, I have a lot of videos on this page. I also have over 400 videos on my artistry page at That Girl Shanda, which shows as a featured channel on this page. So everything over there is original. Everything on that page was written by me, composed by me, sang by me. All of it is me. All of it is me. I'm a one-woman show. Yes, I am. I also have other links on this page that go to my other social media profiles. So like my Honey Child's Beeswax Candles page, and my Honey Child's Cafe page, and my Wind Lake Real Estate page. And so all of those profiles are on here. I also have a podcast with almost 300 episodes. I need to add to my podcast too. But I kind of feel like I talk in my lives a lot about some things that I would talk about in my podcast, but the flow over there is still different. No, it is. It's very different on my podcast. It's podcast flow. It's a different podcast. It's different. So, but I have almost 300 episodes on my podcast. So subscribe there too. The link is in my profile. And again, I do have a couple episodes in a playlist folder on this page. You can check out those. So subscribe. Find me in my spaces, links on the page, subscribe, follow. And again, thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate y'all. Also, don't forget to check out my community tab. I have a lot of interesting stuff on my community tab. I have pictures over there. You know, some pictures you see me in a different light. Because a lot of times people usually see me covered up, or in my, just covered up or whatever. But, on my community tab, I do have some pictures over there where you get to see me in a different light or in different ways or whatever. So definitely check it out. But also check out my other videos too, my content on here. I talk about a lot of interesting stuff that I think you guys would enjoy. So thanks again for being here. And I will talk to you guys mañana. Have a good night, okay? And if it's raining where you are, because it's raining where I am in Southern California, I hope you have a cozy night. Take a nice hot bubble bath and drink some hot tea and just enjoy the weather. Because it's wonderful weather. It's wonderful weather. Okay. Bye, y'all.